Good afternoon, friends. Bill here. I want to talk to you about the SFOI 1000 football program this fall. And the SFOI 1000 football program is really a mission that fans at every college and pro home game will hear the gospel, that fans at every college and pro home game hear the gospel. What that requires is, of course, an evangelist at every college and pro home game as well. Let me quantify for a second. There's 32 pro stadiums. I think a couple of those you can't really get to people and preach, like in New York and in Kansas City. So let's just say 30. Then you have about 128 college stadiums. So we have basically about 150 places where we can go preach. So that just helps you see the scope of what's out there. The second thing is, if you begin to think that through, it only takes about 150 of us to reach the fans at every college home game and every pro home game. And that's what I want you to start to see. If you'll commit to doing this, then we can collectively, with a handful of us, reach the nation, reach the football world and the nation. And of course, football is the biggest sport in the land, basically gets all the attention. And so if we're out there at all the home games, it's going to have a pretty phenomenal impact. So that's how we start with. What you're asked to do to commit to it is to preach at the home games, every home game. And here's why. One, there's a lot of people at these games. One reason we go to sporting events is because typically they attract a lot of people. Whether it's 30,000 in a stadium or 100,000 like in Knoxville, or I think it was 80 or 90 in Atlanta, that's a lot of people that you don't ordinarily see in one place. And the second thing is, because of the phenomenon of season tickets, you'll see a lot of the people every week. And so here's the ministerial reality. You go to every home game and preach. People get to see you. They get to know you, whether they're a fan. They sell programs, they're police, they're ticket scalper, whatever. And, they get comfortable with you. They'll come up and talk to you. They'll ask you to pray for them and things like that. So we're both evangelizing and also trying to establish a consistent presence of a Christian evangelist, so we can minister to people as well. And to me, that's very powerful reality. I went to almost every home Falcons game for 15 years and got to know a ton of people. That doesn't mean they all believe, but your presence has an impact beyond what you can expect. So I want to encourage you to participate in the program, to reach the nation, if you will, the football nation with the gospel. And second, so you can minister to people at the stadium where you're going. So that's the idea. One other reality in this process is this. Think about this. So let's say I'm at UT and I'm preaching up there, and Alex Burt's in Georgia. He's preaching down there. He's been going for years. And so when the Georgia plays UT in Knoxville, the Georgia fans come up there. Well, they'll see me, and hopefully some other guys will be with me, and they'll say, "Hey, these gospel preachers are there in Knoxville too." Then they go down to Auburn where David Day is, and hey, wait a minute. They go down to Tuscaloosa where John Parsons is. Before long, these fans are starting to get this idea that this gospel preaching is going on everywhere. And, believe it or not, that has a big impact on people and how they perceive the gospel in matters of faith. And so just think of that phenomenon going across the nation, whether you're out in Oregon with Mason Goodnight on the West Coast, or down here in the Southeast where we're at, or up in Michigan and Wisconsin and Green Bay where Heath Pucil and Dan Davis are. That phenomenon can catch on. Stephen Kittle in Indianapolis, he's going to like 2 or 3 schools, 2 schools and the Colts. And so you just imagine how much that impacts people when they see gospel preaching over and over again, and the power of the Word of God being proclaimed and therefore heard by the fans and everybody else at these stadiums. We have a potential here, if we'll commit to this, to really have a profound effect on the football world across the United States. So that's what I want you to think about in this process. So you are asked, if you commit to preaching every home game, and just describe the reason you're asked to do that, to increase the effect of the gospel preaching at these games. So at this video, you'll see 2 links. One that shows the NFL stadiums and the other college stadiums as well. It'll also have some the details of how the program works. And one other thing we do is that you'll send in pictures and videos from your event. We will promote you through our social media. We're obviously trying to increase that. We're also trying to put things in the mail as well. So we hope to, one other thing I forgot, forgive me, is we're making calls to churches as well. So we want to help. We want to put people to join you. We're trying to mobilize people. That's part of our mission at SFOI.org. And so in that sense, we'll promote you and point people in your area to you. And then it's up to you to contact them and get them to come out there and meet you. So a lot's going on here that could really expand the scope of the gospel preaching in the United States, in this case around football. And if we do that, and then end the year coming into bowl season, and then move into the playoffs, and then have a team at the College Football Championship and the Super Bowl, it'll be a huge year for gospel being preached across this nation. So click the links, sign up as it says to do so. As always, send me a message here where you see this video, or call me at 423-458-1333, 423-458-1333. Leave me a message and let's get you going. Hope to hear from you. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.